But one that sort of struck me in particular, and I hadn't expected to find this in the way I did, relates actually to the relationship between the university as an administration and the university as a teaching and research organisation. Even if you go back to 1995, the number of top administrators is only about a fifth of the number of post-holding academics. Now, 20 years on, the two are virtually equal. So we are moving very fast to a situation in which the kind of administrative tail is kind of wagging the academic dog. And this is one of the things that, in some respects, makes it difficult for the university to respond very quickly to potential developments in the future that academics can very often spot, but administrators can't. We are now so heavily invested in administrators and plant that moving away, say, from the residential university is actually quite difficult to do. And it's been a very, very sudden change, and one that I didn't actually expect to discover at all. I must say that it's something that's happening in all universities, not just an Oxford phenomenon, but it's a very peculiar development. I think I'd probably have to go for three from different periods. Of all the buildings that were put up in the medieval era, I think Magdalen Tower is the most beautiful. And I like the idea too that it was a complete folly. It had no function whatsoever, but it was simply an example of what a college could do if it had the money to do it. From the early modern period, well, the outstanding architectural achievement of that period, I think, is the front quad at Queen's, put up in the 1730s. The architect was a man called Clark. The cupola was designed, if indirectly, by Hawksmoor. I think of all the 18th century classical buildings that were put up in Oxford, that's by far the most elegant and a very, very visual building. Now, of the modern buildings, my favourite is the new biochemistry building that was put up at the beginning of this present century. It's not a building that many people ever see because it's buried on the science site. It's very cleverly designed to fit into what is a small space. But what's most attractive about it is the very clever use of glass, which ensures that whenever you see it, in whatever weathers, whether it's a grey day or a very bright day, you get very distinctive colour effects. So it's a bit like going into a cathedral and seeing the light through stained glass in different weather conditions, except this building, you're outside looking at the glass. And I think it's a very beautiful and attractive building, and it's a building that Oxford doesn't make enough of. In fact, it's virtually unknown to the outside world.